We're all invited to the battle of monsters. Care to join? This is Sidetrack.
Sidetrack, we're getting sidetracked. Yes, we're getting sidetracked.
What were we talking about?
Yung podcast.
Wait, are we recording already?
Yeah, we were just about to start.
Should we start that again?
Again?
Nah, it's fine. Side?
Tracked?
Where? Where? Ito naman tayo.
This is our second take.
It's the exact same outcome.
Why do I keep saying where? I'm Bree. Hello.
I'm Lila.
Okay.
And I keep saying where. And hello, we are back for our last episode of the year. Yay!
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year! We survive, I guess. Maybe.
Probably.
I don't know how I'm editing this, but sure. So, we will be continuing on discussing Haikyu to the top, part 2. And we actually discussed part 1 in the last episode. So if you haven't watched it, go watch it now. Watch it. Go listen to it. I mean.
Listen.
Go
Agree
listen
naman
to
ako.
it.
Tango-tango lang ako.
Ako din eh.
buti na realize ko. So, listen nyo yon before kayo makinig dito. To make it sense. To make sense. And we will be talking about the Inarizaki arc. So that being said, what do we think of Inarizaki?
Okay. So I read this arc in the manga and it's so fucking long. It was so exhausting. It took me a week to finish this arc. Just this match, not even the whole Nationals arc. Just this match. But Inarizaki as a team, I feel like they're really well balanced even without the twins.
Yeah.
Kasi yung twins yung pinaka-market nila.
You have
Yun yung core
twins.
nila. You have twins. They're both geniuses. But yeah, even without the twins, the whole team as a whole is balanced already.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, akala ko magsasabi si Lila kasi meron siya kanina sinabi na
No,
ano.
I was waiting for Kate to bring up yung slogan. Because that's what I inserted.
No, you inserted na I feel like it will rival Karaso, no?
Ah,
Kaya we were
sige, sige.
both waiting
Sige,
for
sige. Ulit.
For
Cut.
every no, for everyone's knowledge, we had a technical difficulty. This is our second take.
Sorry, no.
we kind of want we don't actually have a script for all of the episodes that we
Yes.
do. We only have discussion guides, so we know what to talk about. But
Most of
we
the time
kind
we have notes. It's just that this was the very first thing we watched and we didn't have notes that
and
time.
we wanted to capture what we recorded before this, like the first take that we did before we had technical difficulties. That's why we were waiting for Lila.
No. Are you really gonna include the silent
Yes.
part in the final cut? Oh no. Okay.
Let's make Bree's life easier.
So I'm gonna point out. So Lila, go on.
I said earlier. I choked on my
Such
Happy
a
New
mess.
Year!
Happy New Year.
Hindi yata meant to be na masabi ko tong line na to. Okay. As I said earlier, I feel like Inarizaki is the team that could potentially like fully rival Karasuno.
Yeah.
In every way.
Because they keep on experimenting,
Yeah.
like the twins did, and it also makes sense because it really goes into the the motto that Lina was waiting for us to bring up. The past thing. Throw away the past. Focus
Yeah.
on
We
the
don't
present.
need memories.
Ayan.
Yeah.
Binugan niya yan.
Yeah.
That's their translation. My translation is throw away the past.
So I really love their motto. because it
Mm.
helps them focus on the match itself.
Yeah.
And I think, well, I don't know what athletes think, but I think they think, what I think is that parang hindi mo kailangan ng ibang thoughts while you're
Mm.
playing because that can distract you.
Yeah.
And to build on that, it also makes sense because if they dwelled on the past, they would either have a lot of self pity or be complacent
Mm.
Mm.
because they're
Cause
focusing on what happened before.
yeah, cause they're the crowd favorite to be in the
Yeah.
finals, so they'll either have a lot of pressures on building into that. Parang what do you call that?
Ah,
Yung pressure, pag na pressure ka, kailangan mo
uh,
the
Mhm.
expectations.
Yeah.
mm.
Yung word na yon. Oo.
Oh, expectations, pressure.
Hindi, yung
Yeah.
mag-aano ka dun sa, hindi siya grow into the expectations. Parang,
Live up.
live up. That's the word. Thank
Yes.
you. They'll have a lot of pressure on living up to that expectation of going into the final two. Or, they'll be like very confident, as Tita mentioned, na complacent na sila. They're just gonna be confident. Okay lang yan. Mananalo naman kami.
Mm.
Kasi
Yeah.
nanalo na kami. Parang nag-semifinals na nga kami before
Yeah.
eh. So, obviously, we're gonna do it again. Parang
Yeah.
ganon.
It's like the past achievements are in the past. What's important is what you can achieve now. That's like what they're focusing.
Yeah, and it makes sense with their personalities as well. It's not just like the school logo. Kasi, syempre, yun yung parang team banner, team motto nila, 'di ba? The
Yeah.
school motto. Parang it really helps na it's also the way that their personalities are.
Mm.
Especially the twins. Like, who cares about yesterday?
Yeah.
Mm.
Nandito
They're
tayo ngayon eh.
they're a bunch of go getters.
Mm-mm.
Mm.
Which is the reason why Kita is grounding them
Exactly.
as much as
Nung,
he can.
nung sinabi yan kanina ni Lila na go-getters, may yung good boy post picture nila. Tapos sa head ko, may nakalagay na malaki, the go-getters. with, with yellow and black, color, yung font.
So for everybody listening, we actually have an inside joke about like the good boy post. It's in the
Yes.
opening. We will tweet about it. So you
Stay
can
so
I will edit
just
the
wait.
go-getters.
so you'll have like reference and stuff. Pero it's actually Lila who pointed that out. And it looks like a good boy post during
Here's
this.
the thing, because I don't think Kay was in there. It was just us two, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
That time. And then we were watching it. We were watching the intro. And then we were very quiet. Brie was very focused. And I was just staring at that particular shot. And I'm like, what in the good boy pose? I just said that. And then
Yeah.
Brie just died.
Like out of everything that comes out of her mouth, it's a good boy pose. Okay, makes
Because
sense.
you're doing the good boy pose. I'm
um,
right.
you are sure, but how about you, Leela? Like, what do you think of Inarizaki? Because you're the only one here who hasn't like read the manga before watching the anime.
I thought they were intimidating.
Mm.
Especially the twins. Especially
Yeah.
especially when they did the trick shot nung nila
Yung
Kageyama.
kinopi nila yung
Yeah.
ano.
Like they just did it like all of a sudden. I'm like, what the fuck? Like I have so much pride for the Hinata Kageyama thing.
Yeah.
Mm.
For
Like
that. Like I
no one can
yeah.
imitate that.
Yeah,
Mm.
and like it's something that it's their thing, right? It's their marker. Like as Brie mentioned in the previous episode, Karasuno doesn't really have like the thing that they're good at because they're
Like a
ever evolving.
specialty. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have a specialty, but they do have Kageyama and Hinata.
Parang yun lang yung constant nila.
Yeah, yun exactly. And that's what they're known for. That's what they became known for, na yung duo nila. And it's known to be something intense, something very quick. You blink and it's gone. And then all of a sudden, these twins saw it one time and then they did it. Like,
Mm.
what the fuck are you doing? Hello?
How
Stay
dare
in your
you?
Excuse
lane?
me? I am offended.
Exactly. Be stay in your lane. Like, I love Mamo, but stop.
For me, I think Inarizaki, I don't know. I guess I just got used to the fact that we always get introduced with these themes, and then they end up being like the dorkiest little shits. So parang I
That's
was
true.
already expecting something about them. Kasi ang pinaka na ano ko, kasi I really don't have anything against the team. I don't feel intimidated by the team just because I already feel like something was gonna happen. Parang ganon.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I feel like they'll end up being like Shira Torizawa.
Mm.
Yung members. Like how intimidating as Shira Torizawa, pero like if you just see them with like when they're all together,
In
they're
the
just like
wild.
Dynamic nila.
they're just like very dorky and stuff.
Mm.
They're just like playful with each other. So I felt that way with Inarizaki. What pissed me off was their audience. That was
Yeah.
the thing that like stood out for me.
Mm.
Mm.
It's like yung
Yeah.
cheering nila. I'm like, okay, we have Inarizaki. They're the crowd favorite, blah 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 blah. But like, why do we need this fucking audience people here?
This is a sport, not audience participation.
Yeah, parang ano, tanggap ko na may magkakaroon ng tension, magkakaroon ng they're strong, they're powerful and everything. But you're like, why do we need to have this type of ano? Parang it gave the uniqueness for this arc kasi you will
Mm-hmm.
remember this arc as that kasi there we have a match where it's just like family members in the audience, and now we have a match where the audience are like actually actively trying to
Mm. They're
hurt
fans.
like hurt their opponents. And
Yeah.
so parang it really stuck into my mind na ito yung Inarizaki arc. It's the one where the audience are shits.
Yeah.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
it's like I get it, like trying to distract. It's not a unique strategy. Like a lot of people do that,
Mm.
like distracting your opponent, like shouting louder and stuff. Like I get it. What pissed me off was the booing. Like,
Yes.
Mm.
Oh my
why do
gosh.
you have to boo
I
someone?
actually forgot about that. And then when you were like trying to recap me earlier with what happened, and then you mentioned the booing, I'm like, oh no, I'm 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 gonna be pissed again.
Cause like it
It
genuinely,
hurts.
yeah, it's ano na eh, parang iba na yung distracting sa actual
Yeah,
actively, like it feels like an insult already.
yeah. It's below the belt.
Parang it's making you feel like shit kasi you're
Yeah,
booing someone. You're like saying na wala ka ganyan ganyan. Parang it's like lowering your self confidence.
yeah.
Mm.
And parang what if ano na mababa na talaga
Like
yung self ano mo.
I understand booing people who deserve it. Because there are some
Yeah.
people with a platform who deserve to be booed, who deserve to be thrown rotten tomatoes at,
Mm.
right? But like they're just playing a game. It's a fucking game.
They're high schoolers.
Yeah,
Give them a break.
It's
and yung
just
mga
a game, bro.
yung mga
It's not even Japan level or like international level of
yung
competition.
and yung mga nagbubu is yung adults,
Mm.
Oh
right? They're like
yeah.
leading them.
Oh
It's
yeah.
not just
Oh
the
my
students.
gosh.
Like I get it if it's just the students,
Because they're
like
immature.
they're
Like
yeah. But like like there were adults like
yeah.
leading the what to do.
They're the loudest as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right? Like bro, it's not that serious.
Yeah.
I get it. Alam mo, I would prefer if they just did the drums thing to like disrupt the rhythm.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's still annoying. Pero
But the
the booing
booing,
is too much.
yeah,
That's why when Psycho did her thing.
psycho. I sorry.
Pumasok sa isip ko yung
Nag
meme.
ano, ang pumasok sa isip ko, Red Velvet.
Yun
Kaya
yung
nga yung
reason ko.
meme nga.
Ano?
Okay.
The meme audio.
Oo.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, when Psycho did her thing with the neighborhood people and
Mm-mm.
stuff,
Mm.
and then when Karasuno eventually won, it was so satisfying. Like, oh my god.
What satisfied me was when they were booing and Suki was smirking.
In Suki fashion.
They were like, the booing is not working on that blonde glasses kid.
And to keep naman, like, he doesn't care.
Yeah, just
He
boo
doesn't
your.
You do what you want.
care.
I don't give a shit. This is just a game for me.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
This is just
he
a
just,
club.
di ba, the only time na he like found passion sa volleyball was during the
Shiratorizawa.
Shiratorizawa.
Shiratorizawa, right? It
I
was
mean,
that.
it was the start. You
Yeah, but
don't say
still,
that it's the only time
oh,
because he
okay,
is
yeah,
very
yeah, yeah.
passionate na. Like the
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
first
I know, I
time.
know, I know. Like the time that we saw it, the only time that we saw it
Yeah.
happen was in Shiratorizawa. But even still, he still treats volleyball as some kind of like extracurricular for the most part. Even though he understands the joy of volleyball now, he's just a chill guy. He just doesn't care. I'm like, okay, boo me all you want. It's a fucking game.
My serve is going to go in no matter what you do.
Yeah, I am consistent.
And actually, it's really interesting how they use taiko drums for cheering. And it was Furudate Sensei actually mentioned that in the note. Kasi 'di ba may mangaka note in every chapter. And he said na inspired daw siya kasi he saw like this high school volleyball match, and one of the teams had a taiko cheering squad, and then he was like, I want to put that in the manga, and then he did. Yeah. And it was
Mm.
really interesting to see it, parang you wouldn't really think of like using traditional drums for cheering.
Yeah,
Mm,
So like seeing it being used, kasi syempre we wouldn't really see the high school team using it kasi we're not really in Japan.
mm-hmm.
yeah,
But like seeing it in Haikyu, it's one of the uniqueness of it as well. And like you could really see how much Furudate anchored his manga in
Mm.
realism.
yeah, yeah.
I had so much goosebumps when the taiko started playing. Whenever I need motivation mid work, I just play that scene. I'm like,
Really?
yes, I can work
What
now.
episode is it? Because I want to see it again later.
I forgot what episode, but I just Google it. Psychos band. Haikyu.
I think it's in either episode 2 or episode 3 of part 2.
Okay,
Kasi it's
okay.
very ano eh. Ang funny pa nun kasi 'di ba she was late, and then
Yes.
they were like, "You're late," and she was like, "Oh, sorry, I got lost," and they were like, "Oh, we thought that you were out drinking again," and she
And
was
she
like,
was
"Yeah, I was drinking till the morning, but I still left on time."
early.
Uh like
Ano lang yun? DUI! DUI!
It's psycho. What do we expect?
But yeah, I was really happy to see her saving the day. Kasi you
Mm,
could see na parang nagkakaroon na ng despair sa team na parang, oh, parang we're trying our best, but na talaga, parang it's becoming too much. Kasi
Yeah,
it is. Kasi
yeah,
if your audience is that noisy din,
yeah.
na very obvious yung noise niya, parang
And
makaka-distract talaga siya.
especially in the game where you need a lot of focus.
Yeah, exactly. And ano pa siya, the game is like going back and forth, and it's very fast. So
yeah.
you
Yes.
don't really have the time to like stop and just think and focus.
Yeah.
Kasi you're in a game. You're in the middle of
Yeah.
the game. You can matatamaan ka ng bola pag bigla ka na lang hindi
Pag di ka
gumalaw.
gumalaw.
Oo. Sa ulo, gano'n. Parang si Hinata, nung first practice match nila, then he was thinking of like how cool Asahi was. And then he
Yeah,
got
yeah, yeah.
hit by
Tapos di ba nabulyawan siya ni Kageyama?
Mm. Parang, "Anong ginagawa mo?" Delikado naman talaga kasi mag-overthink sa gitna ng ng match. Pero yeah, going back to the Inarizaki match. So we have a lot of things to tackle in the match kasi syempre they tackled so many
Yeah.
characters in that
Mhm,
match. As Kay mentioned, it was long,
mhm.
to be honest. But there will be a match longer than this
Yeah.
one. So
I'm
stay
already crying thinking about it.
so stay tuned for Lila. I feel like you will feel the exhaustion once it
You will
comes out.
cry. I know that you
Oh
will.
my
Yeah, it's a
god.
very emotional match.
Okay.
But going back, so we have the twins, right? Let's start with the twins because they're the most
They're the
noticeable.
marketing
They're
strategy
the,
of
they're
Inarisa.
the noisiest. Yeah. Um. Basically, what the twins have is that they're both genius on what they do,
Mm-mm.
and they work really hard. They both work hard because they both push each other to their limits and to their potential because
They're
they're,
rivals.
yeah, they're very competitive against each other. So they work hard to surpass one another. It's just that, as Osamu mentioned, and as I've mentioned in the previous episode, Atsumu's love for volleyball is just stronger than Osamu. So it really does come out
Mm-mm.
yung strong love niya for the volleyball game. Pero Osamu's like good din naman, like
Mm-mm.
Atsumu. And that's why they're being marketed kasi parang inaano nila na even if you target Atsumu, we still have Osamu. And
Mm-mm.
vice versa, if you target Osamu, we still have Atsumu. So, wala kayong parang we don't have a hole. We
Mm-mm.
wouldn't have
Yeah.
any weakness because
They're a whole volleyball team themselves.
yeah.
Just the two of them.
Kasi when they were younger as well, they keep changing like positions to like
Yeah.
try to see which one would fit them and stuff.
Yeah.
So they really did grow up training and practicing like different types of gameplay for volleyball and different positions. And that's why they're very good all-rounder
Mm-hmm.
players, just like Kageyama. And that's
Yeah.
like the scariest players is the all round. Not only are they all rounders, but they're also parang very good at it.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
Like every single thing. Kasi may mga all rounder na parang
Sakto
average
lang.
lang. Oo.
Oo.
Parang kaya nila ganun.
Oo.
They can do it.
They're
Pero like
flexible.
these three specifically, they're like
They're good
really
at
good
it.
at every single
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
ang scary nilang kalabanin. Kasi kahit ano man pagawa mo sa kanila, gagawin nila.
And sometimes even better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just like what Kita mentioned, I really love Kita's parang perspective of the twins. Kasi 'di ba there was like this freshman saying na prodigies are scary, ganyan ganyan.
Mm-mm.
And then Kita was like they're also human and they also work hard. Parang if we think of something as ABC, they think of it as 1, 2, 3. Parang they think
Mm.
of different ways on dealing things and how to work hard on certain
Problems.
problems, yeah. And that's why we're different basically with them because they think differently
Mm.
and they act differently than
But
the
we're all
rest of us.
humans.
But we're all humans, exactly. That's why I
Mm.
really love how Kita is being. I actually don't know who they plan on making captain next. Like, if I
Yeah.
think
After
about it, like
her.
the second years in
Who can
Inarizaki,
you trust?
how will they survive without Kita? But they did. I guess they will. Pero yeah, it's really interesting how the dynamics of the twins work.
Mm-mm.
And kasi not all twins naman they are the same.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. You have to be in a whole new level of bond with your sibling to be that in sync.
Yeah.
Like, even if you're twins, you're still siblings. There's
Yeah.
Di ba
certain
merong
bond.
merong kambal, di ko alam kung kayo yung nagkwento nito, pero
Yeah.
merong kambal na they do everything together, even
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
pregnancy.
it's in the Clanad episode.
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's just creepy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not the type of twins that we
Pero
We like
I just wanna
Sumo and Samu's twin bond, not the other one.
it's very normal. They're
And I like
twinning in a normal way.
how they dyed their hair.
Different
Very
Just to be
colors.
different. Yeah,
different
yeah,
colors. So it's easier actually.
Yeah.
Sino si Atsumo? Ay, the pea blonde girl. Like,
Oh no. Pero
Out of all the colors.
I just wanna build on what Brie said. Kasi di ba na-mention mo na, ano yun yung kay Kita when someone said they're so talented and then Kita's like, no, they're humans too. They work hard, ganyan, ganyan, ganyan. I
Mm,
think Kita is also emphasizing the idea na it's not really smart to just rely on pure talent.
mm, yeah,
It's important to like build the skill as well. Like it doesn't
yeah.
matter if you're
Practice.
talent. Yeah. Like cuz talent is very consistent. It's
Mm,
not really evolving. You just have the talent for it, but the skill is what improves.
mm,
yeah.
Yeah.
And if you don't work hard on it, if you just like rely on your talent, you won't go anywhere.
And
yeah.
someone else will always surpass you.
Yeah, even
Mm,
if you're like the prodigy of prodigies, if you don't work hard on like honing your skills,
mm-hmm.
then you'll just get left behind.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why that's what's admirable with Karasuno. They
Mm,
don't stay stagnant. They don't rely on their own strengths. They don't rely on their talent. Like
yeah,
Kageyama has a natural talent, but he's still doing something to improve. He's
yeah,
adjusting, right?
Mm,
they're just not relying on whatever it
They're
is that
good
they
at.
have. Mm.
Yeah, yeah,
Going back dun sa twins, I really parang kasi as we've mentioned, diba, they are very similar in their thinking. And they're very similar in like they're working hard, they're very stubborn, they're very competitive with one
mm-mm.
another. But they also have like a lot of differences, especially their personalities. And
yeah.
it's really funny how Atsumu is, well, he's not really hated, but like he's not a lot of people really like talk to him and stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Parang they really can't stand his personality that much.
I
His
feel
way
like
of talking as well.
Mm-mm.
I feel like
Kasi
Osamu is like the calmer one.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Osamu is more approachable.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. So, makikita mo yung like differences nila. Honestly, if I have a brother like Atsumu, I'd also probably just bully him to no end. Especially if he keeps on like you remember that montage scene where Osamu's just like listing down all the bad traits of Atsumu.
Oh yeah.
Just thinking about it, I'll be like, oh, alam mo yun, parang I'm already frustrated with my own sister. If I have a brother like Atsume, I'd probably be more frustrated.
Mm,
Because we
Basically,
just
Osamu is the reality check for
twin.
Atsumu. Yeah, for yung
Yeah.
reality check.
I feel like Osamu's grounding Atsumu very much.
Yeah.
And I almost said something again. Moving
Na
on.
naman. Na naman.
quiet tayo dyan.
Ang kulit ko, no?
Last episode ka pa, ha?
Ang kulit-kulit ko. Anyways, ayun na nga. Oh, you know what we haven't pointed out is yung serve ni Atsumu where he can alternate between
And
jumper,
float.
jumper, jump serve and floater.
Mm,
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That was
Yeah.
really interesting. That was a very interesting take on being a server. Because we have a lot of like good servers, right? We
Yeah.
mm,
have we have Kageyama, we have Aikawa and stuff. So it's interesting to see like a different type of server in
mm.
Atsumu being able to like alternate. Although it's really, alam mo, ito yung magiging very admirable, yung sobrang admirable ni Ukay na he was able to like
See the
actually
difference.
differentiate between
Mm.
what Atsumu is doing para to determine which one he will be doing. And he
Yung
did,
habits.
yeah, and he did it like in watching a lot of DVDs, right? He
Mm.
mentioned that like very blurry daw ng mga DVDs, so he had to like really work hard on it. Like he really worked hard
Mhm.
just to
Best coach.
exactly para lang magkaroon ng ng chance yung Karaso no against the serves. Kasi
Mm.
not only is he good at those serves, he's really strong with those serves as well.
Yeah.
Parang you wouldn't really have the time to adjust to his serves,
Mm-mm.
if they didn't know about the difference. Although it's a
Yeah.
different story to actually receive those serves, but at least they've managed to like have one step forward
Mm.
on.
They're prepared.
At least in that way, parang less na yung i-worry nila whenever Atsum
Mm.
is serving.
And they're when they know na ito yung strengths ni Atsumo, they can practice for it, in which they did
Mm-mm.
practice for it.
Yeah. And ano sila, parang they can think of like counter
Mm-mm.
strategies.
Yeah.
I guess Atsumo as well. Pero I don't know. I don't really have much to say about Osamu.
Osamu is Osamu.
Yeah, he's consistent with what he's doing,
Mm-mm.
and he gets the work done. Although
Mm.
he gets really angered by Atsumi very easily. But I guess it's just like the twin thing, like it's a sibling thing. It's really funny nung nag-home run yung serve niya. And then Atsumu was like really angry. Kasi beforehand, di ba, he was like, don't miss. And then Osamu was like, of course I won't, ganyan, ganyan. Tapos, ano, nag-home run siya. Tapos, sabi ni tapos nagalit si Atsumu. Na parang, I didn't mean it, ganyan, ganyan, ganyan. Tapos, and then Aaron was like, it was your fault. And then Atsumu was like, oh. But it's really nice to see Osamu losing his cool once in a
Mm.
while.
Yeah.
He's usually very calm. He only gets riled up by Atsumo.
Yeah, he's the only person that could rile up Osamu.
Speed
Speed.
bumps.
Hello. So, this is the first speed bump of this episode. We're having a lot of speed bumps today because Haikyu is a life of speed bumps. I don't know what I'm saying.
It's an
That's
anime
true.
of stress.
That's true.
The speed bump that I have for you today, folks, is a job offer. And I have here with me is Kay. As usual, we're always together for some reason. So,
Parang ako
basically,
lagi yung ako lagi yung third wheel. Ako yung
uh,
laging walang ganap. Sino kasama kayo?
sa kabilang
Because I'm in a
mundo.
different country. Kabilang mundo? Kabilang
Thank
mundo?
the universe
Kabilang
that
side ng
you're
mundo.
not thank the universe that you're not with us, because you're going to get in a lot of shit.
That's true.
And this is one of
Kayo
them.
yung kayo yung troublemaker duo. Ako yung taga lang. Sige lang, kaya nyo yan, guys. Kaya nyo yan.
So, there was a time na wala kaming work ni Kay. It was like pandemic. So, alam mo naman, layoffs and everything. Hirap makakuha ng work. So, naghanap kami ng job. Tapos, meron sa Facebook. And it was a bit too good to be true. Pero, we're desperate. You know, desperation is something.
It
And,
blinds you.
it does.
Gets you
So,
in trouble.
So sabi sa'min, mag-formal attire daw kami, ganyan, kaya magzo-Zoom, gano'n. Okay, so formal naman kami nito ni Kay. Tapos nag-Zoom. Tapos meron isa pang ano sa'min. I don't actually remember her name or anything. Not that I'm gonna say her name. Pero let's just call her A.
Person A.
Person A. So si Person
Ah,
A,
so may person B.
not
Oh,
really.
no.
Oh.
There are
Bakit
only three
person?
of us.
Yeah, there's
Oh,
three of
okay.
us. So si
Okay.
person A, si Kay, tas ako. Tapos, andyan si girly na nag-invite sa
Nag-recruit
amin.
sa amin. Oo.
Mm. Tapos, bigla na lang, so ang dami na nasabi, bigla siyang nag-introduce ng guy. Sabi niya, oh, ganyan, ganyan. Tapos to si guy, ang dami niyang intro. Dami niyang story. Nag-chat na kami ni Kay nito. Parang, I don't like where this is going. So, it ended up as a networking job as usual because when things like this, parang pag sinasabi nila ano, Zoom, ganyan, ganyan, alam mo na. Tapos hindi nila sinasabi sa'yo kung ano yung job. Alam mo na,
Mhm.
it's a networking job for sure. And then, ang dami niyang daldal. Tapos hindi na kami nakikinig. Tapos gusto na naming umalis ni Kay. Parang,
Mhm.
I'm not spending my time in this shithole. Like, get me out of here. Tapos to si Kay. na-chat niya si person A. So, nag-chat sila person A. Tapos, nag-usap na din sila. Sabi ni person A, ayaw na daw niya. Tapos, ang ginagawa niya, medyo smart si person A. Ang ginagawa niya, ino-off on niya yung camera niya para kunyari daw nawawalan ng internet. So, medyo smart
Ay,
si
smart!
tapos
Smart siya.
ngayon, napag-usapan namin. So, middleman si Kay kasi hindi ko chinachat si person A. So, napag-usapan naming tatlo. Sabay-sabay mag-leave sa Zoom. Okay guys, huwag niyong gayahin yung kasamaan namin. Pero, yun na nga. Sabi
At
namin.
least hindi natin siya iniwan.
That's true.
So, sabi namin, sabay-sabay na lang tayo mag-leave. Since, pag nag-leave naman na tayo,
Wala na sila
wala na sila
magagawa.
magagawa. Ayan. So,
Yeah. Tsaka
nagbilangan.
marami ba kayo? Marami
Tatlo
ba
lang
kayo
Tatlo lang
kami,
nun?
tatlo
kami.
kami.
Ah!
Ayan.
Oh
Tapos,
my
Kaya ko siya
God! Sobrang
kaya
halata!
ko siya chinat kasi ayun, gusto na natin mag-leave. So I
mm.
chatted her, sabi ko, "Gusto mo pa ba 'to? Do you
Wait,
wanna go?"
Zoom. Saan kayo nag-chat sa
Nahanap
Zoom?
niya sa Facebook.
Nahanap ko sa
Ah,
Facebook yung
kasi
person kasi
kinabahan
full
ako
name.
kasi oh, yeah, yeah, kasi kinabahan ako baka mamaya sa Zoom yung chinat kasi makikita
Oh, I
yun
know
ng
that. I
host.
know that. I
Okay,
know
okay,
that.
okay,
That's why
okay,
hinanap
okay,
ko siya
okay.
sa Facebook.
So, ayun na nga. So, sabay-sabay na nga kami nag-leave. So, pag-leave namin, after nun, yung recruiter, chinat kaming lahat. Chat siya ng chat. Tas tawag siya ng tawag. Blinak namin.
Gago!
So,
Ang sama na ugali nyo!
look, we don't have time for networking jobs. Like,
And we're non-confrontational. You know that.
Yeah,
so,
that's
hanggang black
true.
na lang kami. And like,
Uh,
listen, we're desperate but not that desperate. So,
yeah,
so
yeah.
that was our
Kaya
network.
pala, kaya pala tong si Kay, kasi I had an offer then for a networking job, parang financial advisor, networking, ganyan-ganyan. Sabi ko kay Kay, sabi niya, ay, huwag mo yan, accept yan. Sobrang unstable yan, huwag na.
Yeah, it's very unstable.
Yeah,
Oh.
pati yung mom ko, nung nakwento ko yun sa kanya, ang una niya sinabi sa akin, sabi niya, bakit niyo kasi tinanggap? Alam mo naman, pag mga ganyan, networking agad yan. Sabi ko, kailangan ko ng trabaho. Sabi niya, pero wag sa mga ganyan. Tapos, sabi ko,
Wait
oo
lang,
na nga.
naririnig ko yung boses ni tita. Naririnig ko yung boses ni tita.
So, ayun. So, ayun lang naman, yung networking job offer namin ni,
Don't
ni
get
Kay.
us wrong. There's nothing wrong with networking if it's like legal, but it's
Mm-hmm.
just not the type of job that we're fit for. We don't like people.
Yeah, basically.
And sometimes kasi sometimes at least from my perspective and from my experience, networking jobs feel very intrusive
Mhm.
once they're like doing the job. Alam mo yun? So like,
And ang problem lang kasi sa networking, kailangan mo muna maglabas ng pera.
Mhm.
gosh.
So, wala na
No,
nga
thank
kaming
you.
pera. Yun nga yung reason kung ba't kami nagtratrabaho.
Tapos maglalabas pa kayo ng pera.
Ah,
Ano ba to
so,
parang ano, MLM?
it is.
It is.
It is. Networking
Oh,
is
that's
ML.
okay.
Mm.
I thought there are some networking jobs na hindi MLM. Okay. Okay.
So, anyways, that was our speed bump. We still have a lot of speed bumps to go. So, continue listening and thank you. Bye bye.
Speed bumps.
So moving on, another aspect that that we saw in the match, the Inarizaki match, is Tanaka. The thing about Tanaka is, right, he's one of like the really good senpais. Like he will
Mm.
do everything for his kohai. Remember that part where he promised na he's going to ask his sister to take
Mhm.
the two,
Mm.
the
Because
Kagehina.
they had to take the test again.
Right,
So
oo nga.
he promised na he will have his sister drive them to Tokyo, but then the sister said no. So he was like looking for how much money he has just so
Mm.
he can bring the kids to
Yeah.
Tokyo. So that was like really heartwarming. You could really see how much he's very good in taking care of his kohai
Mm.
and how much support he has been to the other members. Like him and Noya are the happy pill of the team,
Mm-mm.
and they will make sure to like energize the team, especially when they're feeling down and stuff. So what do we do if our energizer is the one being attacked?
Yeah.
Mm.
And
And
yeah.
when Tanaka first entered the team, right, he was a punk. Like he didn't like anybody.
Yeah.
and
So, yun yung start ng growth niya.
and he saw Kyoko.
Yeah. He's like a changed man. He shaved all his hair.
And became pervert.
And it's really interesting to see him throughout the match because it wasn't just like a one time thing with Tanaka during like the match. You see it like grow from set 1 to the third set. You can
Mm,
see him slowly like losing his motivation and
Yeah.
losing parang he's starting to have like self-doubts and stuff,
yeah.
and it really hurt when he asked Kageyama to like lessen the balls
Mm,
kasi parang nawawalan na rin siya ng confidence na yeah, he kept getting blocked and stuff, but it's really interesting na Kageyama's like, no, I'll give you more balls, parang ganun. And it really helped Tanaka break out of that self-doubt,
mm.
Slump.
yeah,
It
slump.
woke
Kasi,
him up.
yeah, kasi he knows Kageyama.
Mm,
Parang everybody in the team knows Kageyama better than anyone else.
mm.
Na he's a very straightforward guy.
Yeah.
He's not going to lie.
Sugarcoat
Yeah,
things.
if parang if there's something na he knows na would happen, he's just going for it.
Yeah.
He's
Mm,
not going to lie to make you feel better na, oh no, it's fine, I can give you more balls if you want. If you don't need it, then okay, I'll try to lessen it. Parang gana. He's not
mm,
trying to make anybody happy in a
Yeah.
mm,
sense, or like comfort them in like their depressive state. He's just there to make sure that they all win. And
mm.
Yeah.
he can see, because as a setter, obviously you'd have to like check the
Condition of your team members.
exactly. So he knows better than anyone that Tanaka's actually in a good shape. It's
Mm,
just that everybody, like even though he's being attacked, he's actually in good shape, which is really nice to see. And he wants to take advantage of that. And
mm,
that's why he wouldn't settle for the favor that Tanaka asked him.
mm,
And Tanaka knew this, and that is why it like removed him out of his slump.
mm,
And
Yeah.
it
He
gave him
knows
the
na
push.
Kageyama trusts him.
Yeah. And it gave him the push to like take that leap.
mm.
Um with that metaphor,
Yeah. The cliff.
the cliff thing, it took him it pushed him to actually take that leap of faith.
Yeah.
And he managed to do it. He managed to do
Mm,
this his like straight thing.
yeah.
Straight straight spike.
Mm,
And it was very satisfying to see him do that kasi we all parang we're all very soft for Tanaka.
mm.
And he's always the one who's supporting everybody
Others.
around him. Yeah.
Mm,
It's really nice to see him have his moment.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
really
be supporting
appreciate
instead.
him. Not
Mm,
just the fact that he's a support for everybody, but also the fact that even though he knows he's not the best, he's going to try
mm.
for the sake of the team.
Parang he's still continuing to work hard
Mm,
to be able to call himself the next ace.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I've been thinking about this. If Tanaka was in a different team, he's definitely going to be an ace.
That's true. He's really good though.
Mm. It just so happens that Asahi is in the team.
Yeah,
That's why.
sa akin kasi he's like more powerful talaga in
Mm-mm.
a sense. So, pero graduate na rin naman. Ika-graduate
Yeah.
naman na si Asahi. So,
Siya na yung next ace.
don't worry, Tanaka. We believe in you. Pero, I really appreciate yung arc ni Tanaka.
Mm,
Kasi, obviously, all of them, their arcs have like these certain like lessons, like life lessons along the way.
mm,
Like, mga sprinkles of lessons. Pero, with Tanaka kasi parang very, very close to home siya. Kasi
Mm.
most of the time, a lot of people, I mean, not even like a lot, I feel like everybody has that moment of when you're not good at something, or like when you feel like you're not good at something, or you're failing to do something that you want to do, we give up easily.
Mm.
Yeah.
Kasi most of the time, we would want to be good at it already. And so we couldn't really accept the failures that come with learning something, or
Mm.
like doing something. And so it's easier for us to just give up on it. And with Tanaka, it's just like telling you na, even though you are not number one, even though you're failing now, you have to work hard on it. Don't give up.
Mm.
Why would you quit midway? Like, take that leap of faith. You will be able to do it. Parang ganon. So
Yeah.
it was really nice to see it, to hear about it, to hear it in the anime, and like see it in the manga. But I feel like it's also really a good choice that they use that life lesson on Tanaka
Mm.
compared to other characters.
Yeah, cause like in part one to diba? When they met with Tanaka's childhood friend, he was also
Kanata.
the one who pushed her to like, you're going to be good at it. Keep going.
Yeah. So it's nice to see it happen to him back.
Mm.
Parang it's just good karma as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. I guess it's just Tanaka became like multi-dimensional for me
Mm.
in
Mm.
that arc.
Was he like not before?
Before kasi, although yeah,
The way he
I
was
agree.
portrayed.
Yeah, the way he was portrayed, like yeah, he's like very helpful. He looks out for his juniors, but he's portrayed more as a pervert than anything else, to be honest. And it's nice to have like a Tanaka centric part
Mm.
where you just see every single like vulnerabilities he has, his backstories, why
Like
he is the
he's
way he is.
he's not just a simple dude.
Yeah, who just loves volleyball, who
Mm.
also cares about his juniors. He's like more than that.
Mm.
Parang he gets beat down too. Like yeah, he's the one who like cheers up other people, but like he also needs that.
Mm.
Parang mas na-develop yung character niya for me
Yeah.
Mm.
with that arc.
And it's also nice to see na, even though we're far from the start, parang we still see like different developments of the characters, even the main ones,
Yeah.
like from the main team. And that, connecting that to Kinoshita, I'm glad that we were able to see a development with him as well. Because they don't really give him, I think I mentioned this a while ago. Yeah, they didn't really give him much. Oh,
Yeah.
last week, last episode. I mentioned this in the last episode that they didn't really give much focus on him. So it's really nice to see. And what's more satisfying for me is that we saw their struggles in the first part, right?
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
then it came full circle in this part. We see
Mm.
the results of their hard work, not just Kinoshita, but also Nishinoya. And the way that they did it, right? Because Kinoshita didn't have a big moment like Tanaka. And it's
Mm.
realistic na he wouldn't be able to like just do it off the bat. Like, just because he practiced so many times doesn't mean na may certainty na he was going to be able to do it in the actual match.
Mm.
He still failed. Yung floater niya na-receive pa din.
Mm.
And so he lost his like chance of being a pinch server. He
Mm-hmm.
lost his chance of like gaining points for his team. And
Yeah.
so he's back on the sidelines, and obviously he's going to be like very depressed about it kasi he
Mm.
worked really hard, and then pag sapak na dun sa stage, he wasn't able to do
Tas
anything more.
minsan lang siya makapasok sa court.
Tapos hindi pa siya nakascore ng kahit anong point. So
Mm.
it felt really sad for him, parang very bigat sa loob nung
Mm.
nangyari. But then we
When
see,
Noya.
yeah, we see the results of his hard work through Noya, which is
Mm.
really interesting to see. Kasi they're both working hard together, and they
Mm.
both tried to like,
They practice together.
so hindi porket he failed in like the serving thing, like getting points and stuff does not mean that his
He
hard
didn't
work.
help the team. Yeah.
Uh, and it was really nice to see Noya giving the credit to
Yeah.
Kinoshita. Medyo naiiyak ako.
Nakaka-touch yun.
Naiiyak ako dun nung bigla yung they were celebrating but the
Mm.
first thing that he did was look for Kinoshita.
Mm.
Oh.
It was like yung panel na yun specifically as well. I kept like staring at it because I was like sobbing. Like, Noya! And
Appreciate the second years.
yeah, appreciate the second years. Ang ano pa nun kasi 'di ba Noya like gave kind of like his flashback thing. Like he was
Mm-mm.
a scaredy cat and his grandfather's just like, "No, do this, do this." And then dun niya natutunan na just because I'm scared of something does not mean that I don't need to do it.
Mm.
I have to like properly do something before I can say na I hate it. And ayun nga, parang he was able to do it. It's like, oh, look at these three. Like we actually have three second year character developments in just one match. We're being spoiled.
Give Narita his spotlight too.
Yeah, right? Like at least give him something. He's just there. Very yun. Yun lang naman yung parang pinaka nagtumatak sa akin when it comes to like the second years in the Inarizaki match.
Mm. Their bond and the results of their hard work.
Mm.
Speed
Speed.
bumps. Hi, so here is Speed Bumps with me, Lila, and I'm gonna be talking about another poopy little shit. Okay. So, as I've mentioned before, and I mentioned ko to in the previous episode na I work as a casual EA. I'm an educational assistant and I work with kids with special needs, right? And I'm not shitting on them. They shit on me, obviously. So, like, I adore my kids. I love them. They are the sweetest, but they do shit on me. So here's one story, right? So I was in a classroom with full of kindergarten kids, and I was supporting this one student. And usually he doesn't really need a lot of toileting. Like usually it's just pee, wipe ka lang ng onte, and then change diapers. But this day, for some reason, he shat his pants like 4 or 5 times. And I had to change him for all of those times. So the last two times that I changed him, the second to the last one, I changed him like a few minutes before my last break in the afternoon because I was like, I just wanted to get it over with. So like after my last break, prepare na lang tayo for home time and then I don't have to like think about it. So I changed him immediately, went on my break, went back and then just hung up with the kids and prepared for home time. My home time, about an hour, 1 hour, just 1 hour after I changed his pants. I was changing him into his outside boots and his jacket. I was preparing I was packing his backpack because it's almost home time. I smelled the thing. I smelled shit. And pasintabi na lang po, ano? Yeah, I smelled poop and realized that I have to change him again an hour after I just did. And the teacher was like, I am so sorry. I know you've done a lot of toileting and you're gonna have to do it again right before he has to go home. But sometimes we had to do more. So apparently sometimes they had to change the kids' diapers like 9 times in one day. Jesus
Like
Christ.
one kid?
Yes.
Oh my god.
And
What
How
then
do they
much
there's
eat?
poop do
more.
these little monsters
What do they
have?
eat?
I don't know. And then sometimes they had to change other kids then. So there's like I think two other kids that need like toileting support kasi parang hindi sila naturuan magpotty. So they have a hard time now, recognizing if they need to go. So there's that. So they have to be reminded to go to the bathroom. So yun, and every after snack time, we had to tell them, "Can you go to the bathroom, please?" And then they go to the washroom, and then they do their thing. But sometimes they just do it in their pants, and they have to be changed too. So mas marami pa tuloy. So when when I had to change him, it was right before home time. So all of the other kids were dressing up, wearing their shoes, packing up their bags. And I had to change the diaper of this one kid. Again, he's very adorable. I love him. He's very cuddly, okay? But he gets upset every time he has to be changed. And he scratched me. And he scratched me so hard and so slow that he tore the skin and my skin bled. So, yes, to this day, it's been a week and I still have scars at the time of recording. I still have scars, guys. It's so bad. I was bleeding so much I had to patch myself up, and then the classroom teacher had to help me. She's like, "Okay, let's put band-aids on there." So she put band-aids all over my wounds because it was still bleeding. I washed it and it was still bleeding. And then when I came back after patching myself up, the kid was all smiley and he's happy again and he's perfectly fine. And when I was changing his pants, he was nice. He wasn't fighting me. So I guess he's let it all out already in that one long scratch. So
He's let
yeah.
all the shit out in his body. That's what
Mm-hmm.
happened.
Yeah. 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 Him and his gigantic turd. Again, he's still cute. But my god, that was a gigantic turd. Jesus Christ. I can't. So yeah, that's again, I'm sorry if you're eating, but I think you should expect this from me now. As long as I have this job, you will get more shit stories. So congratulations. You're welcome. That's it. Goodbye.
Speed
Bumps.
bumps. So going back, so we talked about Atsumo and Osamu, right? So let's just alternate from Inarizaki to Karasuno. So let's go back to
Because that's what they
Inarizaki.
do.
Yeah, right? So we're just doing the same thing. So let's go back to Inarizaki. I want to talk about Kita now. Kasi we kind of like mentioned Kita a bit,
Mm,
but I want to talk about Kita more. Because
yeah.
Kita's like one of my favorite characters as well.
He is my favorite captain out of all the teams.
He is a really good captain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's consistent and he's developing good habits. I'm not saying that Sumu and Samu are bad, but what they do makes people anxious. And, but with Kita, he does the same thing as he practiced. So
Mm,
you kind of have a set expectation for him.
yeah.
Like seeing him play, it's stable.
Yeah. And ang ano pa niya nun, kasi 'di ba ang pinaka big motto niya for himself is that he's a whole, parang he's a set of his routine, like small routine.
Mm-mm.
And all yung results are just a byproduct
Mm-mm.
of all the things that I've done so far.
Yeah.
He's right in a way. Results are there. Parang it's the
Mm-mm.
final thing, right?
Mm-mm.
And obviously you want to wait for the results kasi the results are important. Is pero the journey
Mm.
on going there, I feel like is the reason why we grow.
It's not the destination. Ah, yes.
Ay,
It's the journey to get there.
paano kung lagi tayong nawawala sa daan?
Sidetracked. End
Sidetrack.
credit scene.
Pero ayun na nga, parang, oh, I'm going to say something like really intelligent with that. Kasi, 'di ba, most of the time if we think of like the destination, we have like this set journey, the
Expectation.
set path, ganyan.
Mm-mm.
Alam mo na kung paano ka go from A to B to C to D to the
Mm-mm.
result. Pero life doesn't work that way, and obviously we will be sidetracked sometimes and
Ayan na.
mawawala.
Ayan
But
na, end credit scene.
but we
Na-relate
will.
na sa ano, motif.
'Di ba? Tama, tama. Sabi ko sa'yo, I'm gonna say something intelligent.
Yan ang bagong motto natin.
Pero, ayun na, going back to Kita, I really love how he's just like, yung scene with Suna where he's like, I really want to find a weakness, but he's this and this and this and this. Parang, he, he doesn't know how to fail quiz yung exams,
Mm-mm.
and he always gets up early, he's always up early in the gym, he's always cleaning
Mm.
afterwards, ganun ganyan, parang very consistent daw siya, at least daw parang gusto niya he would have wanted to see Kita like baby talking a parrot or something. It was
Be
really
human
funny.
for once.
Are you a robot or something? Pero ang pinaka na-touch ako kay Kita is when yung kay Atsumu, when he got sick, and
Mm,
then he kind of scolded them na don't cheer on someone for doing something na mas makakapahamak pa sa health nila.
mm-mm.
Ganon. And then Asumu was like really angry. Like, he doesn't have to say it like that. Ganyan. And then he saw the plastic with all of the things to help him with his sickness. And then he just started crying.
You know why he started crying? He felt like an asshole. It's the guilt.
And ang funny pa nung animation nung eyes niya doon.
Oh no.
Tapos yung voice acting ni Mama at that scene, I really love their accent. Ano daw, when they were doing the Kansai Ben,
Mm-mm.
they have like a staff that actually uses Kansai Ben, so they always ask that staff, parang, am I saying it right? Kasi then, usually kasi with Kansai Ben, a lot of the times it's being used as a joke.
Mm,
Parang if you do Kansai Ben, you're just like trying to make like funny jokes and stuff. Pero kasi this time, like the characters are actually from that prefecture, so they want to be
mm.
able to say it properly. So they were very serious with everything though. Like how they say words and stuff. That's why they
Yeah.
kept asking the stuff. It's really cool.
It goes back to what Lila was saying. Na Haikyu is filled with a lot of love.
That's true. And especially since they have a lot of fucking seiyus there. I feel like every seiyu in the industry is there now for some reason.
That's why it's a good starter anime.
Yeah, that's true. Especially if you want to learn more about. That's why whenever we have like, which seiyu is this from?
It's
Lesson with
always
Lila.
Haikyu.
It's always Haikyu. We always just like
Yeah.
trace it back to Haikyu.
Yeah. That's the best way to teach me about seiyus. Just reference Haikyuu.
The after they lost. Uh, Kita!
Kita. And ano pa nun, parang yung mga second year, they were like very upset for them as well.
Mm,
And then Kita was just smiling, and then they were
mm.
like, did Kita-san
He's
just
like
smile?
he's like I can say to my grandkids that my team is awesome and I'm proud of my juniors. Shut up.
Oh
I
my god.
I have a lot of tears for Inarizaki. It was a very intense game as well.
Mm,
But another like match. Oh wait, you know what? I really love that scene with Kita and Daichi and
mm,
how they were like trying to, not trying to prove, pero parang trying to show how their type of leadership is what works best for them. Kasi they
mm,
have like different ano, 'di ba? Ideals
Ways. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and different ways. So parang ano sila, medyo nagkaroon sila ng konting show off. Dun sa match. It was really interesting to see like captain versus captain. Kasi we don't really have that much captain versus captain.
yeah.
Kasi usually yung mga captains ng mga teams, iba yung parang kinakalaban eh. We kind
Mm.
of had that with like Kuro and Daichi, but like
Hey.
it's more of like yung practice matches kasi nila, they don't really show that much captain versus captain. They have that show off lang when they're off court.
Uh-uh. That handshake.
Yeah. So it's really nice to see like a captain versus captain thing happening with Kita and Daichi, especially two captains that are very very vastly different from each other.
Mm.
So another matchup that I was going to mention was Suna and Tsukishima.
Ah, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say this. Suna creeped me out. Especially when he's doing the spike and then yung nagko-contort yung body niya.
Yung
What is
parang horror
happening?
movie.
Wait,
What in the
really?
horror movie am I watching?
Yeah, yung gumaganon siya to spike. Kasi nga 'di ba, ang
Yeah,
sobrang wide ng range nung ano niya.
yeah. He curves his body.
Oh! Yeah, I see. Okay, I see. Oh my God, nagpo-protrude din yung ribs niya.
Mm.
Yeah, so parang ang ano, medyo horror movie. Tapos ang straight pa nung face niya. Like, he
Oo.
doesn't have any emotions. Like, calm down, man. It's a volleyball game.
Yung audio pa sa animation. Why would you put that audio there?
I did not sign up for a horror movie this time of the day.
I thought I was watching a sports anime.
Why is it a different genre all of a sudden? And ang interesting pa kasi they match up yung cold guy to another cold guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Emotionless guy versus emotionless guy. So, ang funny tuloy ng banter nila with each other.
They're both sassy as well.
Yeah, right? Pero grabe si Tsukishima nun, kasi parang, as Kuro said, he wouldn't be as patient as Tsukishima
Mm-mm.
would. Like, he really went through like alam ko third set na niya na ano yung parang fully na,
Naka-adapt.
oo. So like, three sets, bro. Like, he did that. And syempre kasi when you're doing blocks, right? You have like the urge to block. Kasi that's what you need to
Mm-mm.
do. You have to block the ball.
Mm-mm.
But
Yeah.
Tsukishima like really held on, like really not
Yeah,
blocking anything.
he observed first.
Yeah, and then he showed his teammates on the
Mm-mm.
ground like this is his points. Like
Mm-mm.
memorize his points, parang ganon.
Oh, right. He did that meeting thing, right? Si Tsukishima. He did
What
that, right?
meeting?
Parang he just gathered everyone. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. Like, are you gonna trust me on
Mm.
this? Is it
Isn't that
this?
Shira Torizawa?
Ay, Shiro Torizawa ba yun?
Yeah, I think
Hi.
that was
I am
Shira
mixing
Torizawa.
things up.
No, he was just like
Tsuki is just so
Ah,
cool.
I know what Lila was talking about. This goes on with Hinata's growth as well. But ano yung I know he's gonna be there.
yung monologue niya, he was like
Ah,
monologuing. Yeah.
yeah.
Kasi ano,
Mm.
parang what he does kasi he's very still on blocking. Like very
Mm-mm.
consistent siya na still lang siya magbablock. And so soon na parang medyo nagiging complacent siya na eto, okay, sige, magka-cross
Mm-mm.
ako, ganyan,
But
ganyan.
we have receivers. Parang ganun yung pinapakita ni Tsuki.
Parang gusto niya ipakita sa mga receivers na ito yung mga hanggang dito yung kaya niyang contort yung body niya to spike.
Ganito siya
Oo.
ka-exorcist.
So, para maka-adapt yung mga ano, and naka-adapt si Hinata din. Yun yung
Yeah.
sinabi niya, yun yung monologue niya na I know he's going to be there.
Mm.
Mm.
Tapos Hinata receives which let's transition.
Excited ka na ba?
Excited ako. Ito yung
Ako din.
pinaka-favorite ko. Honestly, honest to goodness, everything that I've mentioned in Inarizaki,
All
wala
leads up
yon.
to this.
Parang wala yon in comparison to Hinata receiving.
Mm-hmm.
Legit. Even the block, like the block that they did at the end, it's nothing against
Mm-hmm.
Hinata's receiving. Parang there's just
Mhm.
something about him. Kasi if you think about it, right? If you think about it, Hinata, in the first place, he only wanted to spike. Like,
Mm-mm.
when he started learning volleyball, the only thing that he kept learning was the spike. And then when he got into Karasuno, he was like, "When are we gonna spike? When are we gonna spike?" And then they were like, "You have to learn how to receive first." And I was like, "I want to spike. I want to spike." He kept
Mm-mm.
doing that. And as I've mentioned in the previous episode, Suga was the first one who actually taught him how to receive.
Yeah.
And Suga remembered that moment na Hinata was just like,
Sa
"Spike,
side sila
spike,
ng
spike."
building.
Oo. And then nag-flashback siya. And it was like that moment he was like, "I'm gonna cry." And honestly, I also did.
We all did.
We all did. Kasi parang he finally was able to really grasp the whole game. Kasi he already knows how to spike. He already knows how to block. He knows how to serve.
Mm-mm.
barely,
Yeah.
but
Barely.
he do
It
he
goes in
he goes,
sometimes.
yeah, it goes in. So parang receiving is like yung pinaka flaw niya talaga.
Mm-mm.
Kasi usually pag nagre-receive siya, it's with his
Kinakarate
face
niya.
or oo,
It's with his foot.
oo, parang laging ano, laging hindi yung actual na receiving. And he doesn't really observe the ball. Parang minamagnet niya lang yung sarili niya sa ball
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
to like get it, but he
As long as
doesn't
he
like,
touches it, he's fine.
yeah,
Yeah.
he doesn't really like fully strategize on like, oh, I have to be here to be able to
Yeah.
receive the ball,
Yeah.
ganun. Parang
Mm.
ngayon lang. So like it's very satisfying to see that much growth in a
Yeah.
parang kasi you saw it happen.
Mm-mm.
You were there with him from the very
Mm-mm.
start when he was like a shitty player, and now you see him like actually growing into like a really really good player.
Yeah.
It's just
The moment he said, "I got it," I felt all the embarrassment from the trespassing wash away from my body.
It was worth it.
It was worth it. Okay, I
this
get it na.
pero like alam mo yung that was like the panel in the manga that I
Mm-mm.
kept rereading over kasi
It's a full page of
yeah,
picture.
it was a full page of him just receiving it. And ano pa yun eh, kasi 'di ba we first read it online kasi they release it in the app, the Shonen Jump app. They
Mm-mm.
release it there weekly. So obviously we're gonna be reading it online. And then afterwards I bought the manga. Like I completed the Haikyu manga. So I had to reread it again, obviously.
You bought it for a reason.
Yeah, so that's actually how I do it. That's why very intense ng Haikyu sa akin kasi I read it like how many times. When I saw it like in an actual manga form, like in the book itself, I was like,
Mhm.
fuck, it's like a whole fucking page. I
And not even that, the whole sequence before that receive
mm,
was so intense, and he gave everyone a room to breathe.
and even you as a reader or as like a
Yeah.
viewer, you were able to breathe with him. You're like,
Yes.
Yeah.
tapos
Kasi,
nag-choke ako.
yeah, kasi 'di ba, sinabi ko na nga 'to na ang exhausting nung match. Tapos
Mm-mm.
yung sequence pa ng events leading up to that receive, you felt constricted as well.
Mm-mm.
Kasi the ball is not going down and everybody's just like, we need to get it down. Parang
Mm.
we need
Parang
to score.
parang hindi pa ba siya mabababa? I'm tired. Like go,
Mm-mm.
go. Ganun lang sila.
Yeah.
And and then Hinata's just there. And he first did it in the camp. He taught
Mm-mm.
like that 2 meter guy thing
Mm-mm.
person. I don't know why I said thing. He's a person. The two the
Yeah.
two
Yeah.
meter.
Yeah. Is his name Yakuzawa?
It's a very long name that I forgot. So
Haikyu 2 meter
Two
guy.
meter guy.
2 meter guy thing.
Yakuzawa.
I'm
Yeah.
Yutei
right.
Yakuzawa.
So like seeing it like it's different kasi if you're like teaching someone to do it, and it's
Yeah.
different if you're doing it yourself. So
Mm.
that was a really nice thing to see.
And that moment as well, it felt insignificant for others, but
Yeah,
it's very significant for those who know. It's
right?
like an inside joke.
Parang everybody then kasi parang they were like, did something happen? Like,
Mm-mm.
um, what's happening? Pero everybody around, parang in the team as well, they're all emotional.
Mm-mm.
And yung mga naging kalaban nila ng Karasuno felt it as well. Parang, oh wow, Hinata's grown.
Mm-mm.
And nagkaroon sila ng motivation na I want to do better.
Mm.
I want to practice now. I want to do better than that. Parang
Mm-mm.
ganun. Hinata is just like a ray of sunshine na
Yeah.
Yes.
motivates everybody to do their best.
Yung animation pa sa part na yun. It's like, it's everything so dark and then suddenly sunshine. It was so cute.
Honestly, if I have a Hinata in my life, I probably wouldn't be as depressed as I am now.
Yeah.
We
Like
all need a
like
Hinata in
we
our
would
life.
actually be willing to give life a chance. if
Yeah, and
Hinata is someone that exists.
we're gonna be like very motivated to do the things that we want to do,
Yeah,
that
Mm,
we have
yeah,
given up on.
yeah,
mm.
yeah.
I feel like the whole growth of Hinata, especially in this arc, is a sneak peek to what he's going to become in the future. And it's scary, but at the same time, it makes you feel really proud.
Honestly, I feel like everybody, and I mean everybody, just thinks of Hinata as their child.
Mm, he's
Yeah.
everybody's children.
Yeah, as
He's
that's why.
everybody's child. Ang dami namang character.
Dumami bigla. Tig-iisa tayo, ganun. And like, with Hinata as well, syempre kasi we get like character developments from the
Mm.
other characters. That's like a given in Haikyu. Pero it still hits different. It hits
If it's him.
different. Sorry. It hits different if it's Hinata.
Mm. Kasi another thing is that sa ibang characters, we just get a few episodes. For Hinata, we get seasons.
Yeah. And ongoing nung progress
Oo.
niya. So, very consistent na nakikita natin yung growth niya.
Mm,
Transitioning that to like the last block that they did.
yeah.
Parang,
Ah,
that was very satisfying. Kasi, it's like, it's like saying kasi na their move was stolen from him.
mm.
From
Yeah,
them, I mean. The move was stolen from them. And that block was them getting it back, kind of thing.
yeah,
Mm.
That was what I felt.
yeah.
It's also signifying na we have the defense for our own weapon. Parang
Mm.
ganon.
Parang
Yeah.
we're prepared.
It's
Mm.
like we're the one who created that. Obviously, we know how to control it.
Mm.
And we know how to end it,
Yeah,
basically.
exactly.
Like no
Oh,
one
wait lang,
in
I can feel the emotions again. Nandun ako
right?
sa stomach ko bigla, parang, kalma, 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 kalma.
And ano pa, like Tsukishima, I'm pretty sure that was Tsukishima who was like doing the monologue during that. Like
Mm.
nobody else can keep up with the twins except for the free combo
Mm.
themselves, because they're the ones who knows it firsthand.
Yeah.
Mm.
And
Tapos yung ano nila, yung still shot nila after the
yeah, ang ano
And
pa
their
nun,
fight afterwards.
ang ang goosebumps nung part where everybody was just breathing hard.
Yeah,
There was no sound.
Mm.
Everybody was just breathing hard.
I know.
And then it signified na the match is over. And
Yeah, you
then
hear the ball dropping.
there was just like one, parang they were breathing hard, and then there was a 1 second of silence, and then everybody erupted
Mm.
into cheers. And like parang that moment was goosebumps for me. And the way that the team celebrated like the combi, like they didn't, I feel like they didn't even realize it at first.
Mm.
Nah, they were the ones who blocked it, and that they were the ones who like gave them the point
Mm.
and gave them the winning point.
Did you see my block?
What do you mean? That's my block. And then just started fighting again. Like,
Pero yung bola nasa gitna ng palms nila.
oh, and then like everybody around them is like very tired because like that's like 3 whole sets, and
Yeah,
tas nakailang ano pa sila, nakailang
30
time
plus
pa
pa
sila.
yun.
Oo. So pagod na pagod sila lahat, and then these two are just like fighting each other, consuming more energy. Parang yun yung charging nila to fight
Oo.
with each other.
They're each other's battery. That's what it is.
Speed
Bumps.
Okay, so here's another job hunting story. No, not really job hunting. This was more of an offer. Because we're all slaves to money. That's what's happening.
Amen.
So this happened in my old job. I used to be a quality assurance chinist for a hospice that's based in California. And they didn't train me in that job. And I hated that job so much. I'm gonna get that out there. I hate that job.
and I
Um,
almost got in there.
yeah, you almost got. Thank goodness you didn't get in.
I got another job, so
So basically, the owner of the company was like, I'm training you guys so that we can offer services to other hospices, ganyan ganyan. Tapos, sabi niya, okay, you should do well. I know that you're not a med graduate, but you should learn these stuff because it's going to help you. I'm going to recommend you to other hospices so that you can earn more money. I was like, no, I'm good po. Okay na po ako sa trabaho ko. Sabi niya, ayaw mo ba ng extra money? And in my head, I was like, ayoko nga ng extra work eh. Bibigyan mo pa ako extra money. Anin ko yan kung wala akong tulog. Okay ka lang.
That's true.
But
Guys,
basically,
you guys, to our listeners, you guys have no idea. Sobrang stressed ni Kate
mm,
that time. As in,
yeah, I was crying. Mid-work, after work, before I go to sleep, I would have at least 20 minutes of crying and breaking down to the point where I cannot breathe. That's how
oh
bad
no!
it
Yeah, it was a
became.
really shitty job. And let's be real, it's like illegal. So
Yeah,
like,
it's I don't know if it was a legal job. Their HR was shit. They kept guilt tripping me, but I'm out of there. I'm in a better place.
kung may mangyari man sa kanila, labas na ako dyan.
Oh, I still hear some stuff about the work. The workplace can't keep young employees because the young
Mm,
employees, they're not afraid of like standing up.
yeah, they know their
And
worth.
the management hates young employees because they can't control the young ones.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So
I think
yeah.
that's a common problem now with old people companies around the world. So like,
Oh, if a company says they're a family, run away. Run in
run,
the other
run,
direction.
turn
Run
around.
fast.
I've been in a lot of families. Not a good experience.
That's a weird statement out of context.
Speed.
Bumps.
Now that we're finished with the Inarizaki and Karasuno, let's kind of like go through the Nekoma versus Sarukawa
Mm,
match for a bit. It's just like 2 episodes, I think.
yeah, it was very short.
Yeah, it was very short. I was actually very surprised that it was short. But I'm glad that they actually added that because it kind of like,
It highlighted Nekoma's dynamic as a team
yeah.
even more.
And it's a good parang setting up the stage for their match. Kasi
Mm-mm,
parang ang pangit naman kung Karaso na lang yung nakita natin. And
mm-mm,
then bigla na lang Nekomas like, "Oh, we're done, we're finished, we won."
mm-mm.
Parang ganon. Kasi in the first place, it's like Karasuno versus Nekoma ang lagi talaga hinihintay.
Yun yung overarching plot.
Yun yung parang pinaka-match na they set it up like a few chapters in. They've
Mm-mm,
already set up the idea of a Karasuno versus Nekoma
mm-mm,
match. They're like the OG rivals.
mm. It's long before the present team.
So it's really nice to see them and see Nekoma's strategy be used against them.
Yeah.
And Ken was actually like my ultimate favorite, and then si Yamaguchi. And I'm really glad to see the spotlight on Kenma. To be honest, I really love the
That's her
scene where
baby.
I love that scene where he was like cursing gravity.
He doesn't want to move.
Oh, Kaji Yuki voices Kenma, Lila.
Who else has a voice? Sorry, I don't
Luke
remember.
now from Motokoy.
Yeah,
The
okay.
Siya yung sinasabi kong MC ng Attack on Titan.
Mm,
Yeah.
oh, him.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. Anyways, going back. So si Kenma. I really love yung alam mo, I realize to the top is just like second year focus for both
Mm,
Karasuno and Nekoma.
yeah. Even Inarizaki.
Oh yeah, even in Narizaki, exactly. It's just like a second year cycle.
It's their season.
Yeah, it's their season. And kasi pag-graduate na yung mga third years Kailangan
Oh.
na nila ng spotlight. I really love yung dynamics ng second year. Si
Mm.
Kenma and Yamamoto just like fighting, and then si Fukunaga is just like there throwing water. I really love Fukunaga. Alam mo, nagpunta siya sa top 5 favorite characters ko after he just like started saying puns everywhere. And that's like his only lines. He
He
doesn't have
doesn't
any
say
lines. Yeah,
anything.
he doesn't have any lines. It's just puns. Like a literal pun. This is really nice to see.
Though ang cute makita nung arguments ni Kenma and Yamamoto because they have different ideals.
Mm.
Yamamoto's like, let's go, let's do this, passion. Tapos Kenma's like, can we not move?
I just want to
Why are we
stand
wasting
here.
energy?
I'm
Yun
just a
yung
gamer.
yun yung pinaka ano niya eh. Why waste energy? That's the
Yeah,
motto. And ang interesting lang na yun yung motto niya. Tapos he created a strategy that
around that.
contradicts that motto.
Oh,
He moved around a lot.
Yeah, just so matalo nila yung Sarukawa. And
Mm.
it's because he also wanted to fight against Hinata
yeah.
in an actual
Ah,
stage.
short people in their rivalries.
Mm.
They have
It
too
took
many emotions.
it took three people to push Kenma. We have Kuro, Yamamoto, and Hinata.
That's true.
Si Hinata yung cherry on top.
Beep.
Mm.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
Oh
I don't
wait, wait,
remember that.
wait. Wait, 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 wait,
I
wait,
don't
wait, wait,
remember
wait,
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 that.
wait, 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 wait,
wait.
I
wait,
don't
wait, wait,
remember
wait,
that.
I
wait,
know
wait,
what
wait.
you're talking
I
Ah,
do
about.
wait,
not
wait, wait, wait,
remember
wait, wait,
that.
wait, wait, wait. Naalala ko na ano yun. Erase, erase, erase. And like,
Erase your brain.
I really love, I really love, I really love yung part where Kuro at the end, he like gave banana to Kenma and he was like, here, eat. You're losing
You're losing energy.
you're losing energy. You're getting angrier. Kasi 'di ba he's just like getting like more and more frustrated. Tapos
Sorry,
lumalabas na yung galit niya.
I just want to say, as this discussion progresses and the more tired we become, namawala na yung filter mo. Like the spoilers just come out. You can't even
Ah,
stop yourself
That's why
anymore.
kasi ako feeling ko din malalabas ko rin yung spoiler. Kaya medyo careful ako sa sinasabi ko. So
Pero
I get quiet.
nag-agree ka lang
Nag-agree
kay
ako.
ano eh, nag-agree ka lang kay Brie. Tapos so sinabi ko na, I don't remember that.
actually
That's
before
when
you
you guys were like, oh.
no, no. Actually, before you even said na you ano, parang nung nag-yes si Kay, I was like, oh, wait, 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 no. Kaya napastop ako, nag-stop ako, tapos bigla sinabi ni Lila na, I don't remember that. I was like, oh, wait, 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 wait. Preno, preno, preno.
Case TMI. They threw up after their first kiss.
Going back. So, Nekoma, I really love the way that they parang establish na Kenma really is their brain. Na he can
Mm,
really create strategies.
mm.
Parang very ano siya, very flexible siya in creating strategies for the team regardless on who they're fighting against.
Yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong, but we didn't really get much Nekoma focus in terms of how they are off court.
Yeah,
So
more on
this match really highlighted how they are off court as well.
We kind of had that in the OVA, like
In the
against
OVA.
the Tokyo qualifying
Mm-mm.
thing. Yeah, we got that in the OVA, but we didn't really have that much information of them
Mm.
beforehand.
So yeah, it's nice that they gave us at least two episodes just highlighting Nekoma.
Yeah, and I just want to end this episode with saying na I'm very excited with the dumpster battle. I'm very sad that they're making it a movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, it's a movie. So I'm very certain that they're gonna cut a lot of scenes.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
sad.
That's why we recommend reading the manga. I
Yeah.
know it's annoying for people who only like watching animes, but please read the manga for Haikyuu.
Yeah, even if it's just Haikyu.
Mm,
Kasi it's very worth it. Like all the matches, all the details, all of like the development between
mm-hmm.
everybody and like the character itself, it's so worth it. I don't know how
Yeah.
much they'll cut in like the movie,
Mm.
but just to be safe, just read the manga.
Yeah. And Nekoma Karasuno match, the garbage dump battle,
Yeah.
it's really long. Alam mo ba, nagmi-mix na yung tears at sweat kasi ganun ako kapagod. Tapos iyak ako ng iyak. So I'm excited for it to be animated.
Kaya nga, they could have just made it like a season 5.
Mm,
Even if it's just like parang part 1,
yeah. Don't be stingy.
right?
Give us our season 5.
Would have been nice. Tapos yung the next match would be like the second part. It would
Mm,
fit more, I feel
yeah.
like.
Make it the movie.
Anyways, so that's it for our Haikyuu to the top part 2.
Mm-hmm.
I will be choosing once it comes out the movie. We still don't have a fucking date for it.
Yeah.
We don't have any details about it as well. I really genuinely don't know what's gonna happen. But once it comes out, I will be choosing it for our watch party. So stay tuned for an episode someday about it, and we will continue our conversation about Haikyuu. It's a bit
Mm.
unfortunate that we can't talk about the first 3 seasons, but I feel like it's gonna be overkill if we do like every
Yeah.
season. So yeah,
And like we watched it years ago.
that's true. So yeah, as I've mentioned, we will be doing a rating for part two separately, and then we will be averaging our own scores from part one and part two. And afterwards, we will be averaging it to an overall sidetrack collective score.
Mm.
So start.
Okay, I go first. For plot, I give it 27 out of 30. Haikyuu. That's a consistent score. Execution, again, 27.
Mm,
Again, consistent Haikyuu.
yep.
For cinematography, though, the animation,
I like how
that
you started with cinematography.
the animation, that one cursed episode. Though I do appreciate the outsourced people. Maybe they worked hard. Thank you. Thank you for your hard work. It's
But
just that
we suddenly are watching an episode on Attack on Titan, and it's
the
it,
proportions are off.
it's a different genre. So
we we got cockroach Daichi.
yeah. So let's. But they did fix it in the Blu-ray for everybody's knowledge. If you watch it late, you might be watching the Blu-ray now. They did fix it, like all of the problems.
Mm,
But we watched it while it was
weekly.
coming out. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
So um we got the cockroach.
Thank you to that episode, though. We got a lot of memes.
Yeah, that's true.
So for animation, I give it 14 out of 20.
Mm,
The acting, I give it a perfect score. Again, all the seiyus did really well. So, perfect score. And then soundtrack, perfect score as well. As I mentioned in the part 1, I love all of the openings and endings and everything. So, yeah. My perfect
perfect score.
my perfect score. My total score is 86% for part 2, and ang average ko for Haikyuu to the top is 88.5.
Okay. For the plot, consistent din ako. Perfect score siya sa akin. I don't know what to say. I don't know sports. This is the first sports anime I watched.
Oh
And
really?
it's really, yes,
Oh wow.
yes.
You put like a high pedestal sports anime right off the bat.
Yeah, kasi, I mean, I have seen other sports anime, pero like, I never really paid attention to the
Mm,
story because it wasn't interesting enough for me. Like, I've seen
yep.
Knockout, I've seen Slam Dunk,
Yep.
but I didn't really care enough for it. So, like, as in yung nag-invest ako ng emotions, Haikyuu is the first. So, ito yung benchmark ko for sports anime. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I love Haikyu. So yes, perfect score for the plot. Execution is also perfect. I don't know what to say. I love the animations, except for that one thing which I will mention later. But yeah, I love how they develop the characters. I've mentioned it then kay Tanaka. I just yes. Yes. For the animation or cinematography, I gave it a 14 out of 20. It's also that one episode. Malaki yung nabawas kasi
Mm.
yon it kind of made everything feel off for me. Again, I also appreciate the outsourced people. I know they worked hard. They were probably rushed. They were
Mhm.
probably underpaid, but it is what it is. The animation is the way it is. For the voice acting, it's the same as my rating for part one. It's 13.5 out of 15. I don't really know what to say. I didn't even have like a reasoning, right? Mostly kay Coach Ukay lang.
Mhm.
And then for the soundtrack, it's perfect as well. So for my average for this part, it's 92.5. And then the overall
Mm.
for Haikyu to the top is 94.5.
Oh, that's high.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Damn.
I don't have
Oh,
any other comparison, guys. I don't have any other
Ano
comparison.
pang maa-adjust mo 'pag lumabas yung movie?
I have no idea. I would probably become a bit more critical, maybe. I don't know. Pero,
Magma-malfunction ka.
oo, magmamalfunction na ako. So, yeah.
wait, this is interesting because I have the lowest score.
Oh, no.
It's
Oh my god,
fine.
am I that critical about it?
I mean, you've
It's fine. I had the
seen,
lowest score for K-On! And it's my favorite anime.
yeah.
Uh,
And,
okay.
like, you've seen Haikyuu so many times already. You've read it so many times, again and again and again. Probably more than K.
Mm.
So it
I
makes sense
only
that you
read
will
the manga
notice.
once.
Yeah. It will make sense that you will notice a lot more things and become more critical of it. I have goldfish brain. I'm number one goldfish in this trio. So,
Well, okay. So the plot for my plot, it's the same. 27 out of 30. I have nothing else to say about it. It's just that I'm leaving the perfect score for a certain arc. And execution, I'm actually giving it a 24 out of 30. It's a bit low because they cut out so many things.
Mm.
That's my biggest thing. I feel like medyo na ano yung story. I mean, it didn't really affect the story that much. Pero
Pero as
kasi,
someone who read the manga, it's
uh-uh,
significant.
parang it would have been nice if they added it, kind of thing. Na
Mm.
I was looking for it, parang ganon. But it's again, it's not really that big naman. I don't even like remember much of the scenes. Maybe if I rewatch it again and then like reread the manga, like this moment, because the last time
mm,
I read or watched the anime, it's like years ago.
Mm.
Then I think the last time I watched this was with you guys,
Yeah.
actually. So that was like 2 years ago. Animation. I actually gave it a lower score than you guys. It's 12 out of 15. I felt very sad with the animation drop. I get
mm,
it. It was outsourced. And I'm not saying anything against the outsourced team. It's just that from season 1 to season 4 part 1, we had a consistent good animation.
Mm.
Like, yeah, nag-change yung art style. And I actually like the art style for season 4 because it's similar to the manga,
Yeah.
although I do miss the uniqueness of like the first 3 season, like the art style of the first 3 seasons. Pero they were consistent in like giving us a good animation.
mm,
And the thing is, right, everybody would say, but like all of the anime studios outsource. I get it, yeah. A lot of anime they do, especially like the long ones, they do have a lot of outsourced episodes. And this is like the only time that Haikyuu had an outsourced episode. But it still doesn't change the fact that there was an animation drop. And that's why I'm
Mm.
giving it a lower score. I'm trying to be objective, okay?
kahit na cheater naman talaga tayo lahat.
Ah, at least may defense ako.
Ah, ako tinaasan ko yung animation ko
Tinaasan
while
ko
we
rin
were
actually.
discussing
Yeah.
kasi it's mostly due to the fact na yung scene ni Hinata talaga.
Oh, no, I should have like added point about that.
Cheat,
I
cheat, 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 cheat.
actually I actually
Maybe I should.
adjusted my scoring. Originally, my animation was supposed to be 10 out of 20.
Mm.
Okay, that's like
And
higher. I That's like
and
lower than my.
yeah, it is. And then yung original average nung part 2 is 88 point something. And then yung overall niya is 92.5. And then I just raised it up.
We can cheat the rating. It's fine.
Yeah,
We're objectively subjective.
exactly.
And I actually did cheat, so that's good.
Ayan na.
It didn't change much though, to be honest. So animation, I cheated. I'm giving it a 14 now. I added a point for Hinata's receive. Thank you for reminding me. And then for the acting, I'm giving it a 15. I already mentioned how many times I love the acting, but what really stood out for me was Hinata
Mm.
during the receiving scene. It gave me
Are
goosebumps.
you?
It genuinely gave me goosebumps. And then afterwards, Miyu with Suga, like
Mm.
saying that I'm gonna cry, it actually made me cry. And Tsukishima as well, that part where he was like, I know he's going to be there. Like just all of like the little scenes piling up.
Mm.
It made the voice made the scenes, I swear. And the soundtrack obviously is a perfect score. What more can I say? My overall score for part 2 is 85%, and my overall score for Haikyu to the top is 88.5, which is again similar to a certain someone.
Who is that? Sino ba yun?
And if you total everything together, our collective sidetrack rating is 90.5.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad
Mm.
actually. I would prefer it to be higher, but like I feel like the animation drop just made it worst.
And I did
So
Mm.
my best pulling the scores.
yeah,
Thank you.
kami yung nagpababa actually.
Oo, kasalanan nyo.
Ah. So that is our Haiku to the top discussion and also our last episode for this year. So next
Yes.
year, our next episode we will be talking about, as mentioned, I think it was previously in the previous episode we mentioned that we will be talking about a lot of things about the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So
Get to know
get
us.
to know us after a year.
After,
Half a
no,
year.
no, not
Half a
really.
year, yeah, half a
4
year.
months.
4 months,
4 to 5
okay.
months, yeah.
So, we just
My,
want you guys to know more about our
yes,
process,
yes.
about us
And
specifically.
our upload schedule will also change. Yes.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because I cannot go through editing that much again. I need a
Savory soul.
Savory.
break. Save Brie 2024. So,
Share this episode. One share equals one prayer for Bree's soul.
Spread the word. We need all the
yeah.
prayers.
So we will be talking about that in the next episode. So stay
Mm-hmm.
tuned for that. And I hope that you enjoyed this 4 months with us.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You'll continue, right?
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 Guys? Right?
um and actually, if you guys have any suggestions of like things that you want us to watch, we it I'm not saying that we'll follow you guys, but if there
We're
is, yeah,
open.
we're
We're
open, but
open to
doesn't mean that we're
suggestion.
gonna accept it.
Exactly.
But
So,
yeah,
If
pinahulaan
you
tayo kung
shout
ano
at
yung mga
us
ano.
hard enough,
yeah,
Maybe
maybe.
we will
maybe.
hear it.
But thank you so much for staying.
Mhm.
And I hope,
Happy New Year.
yeah, hope you
Yeah,
guys
happy
have a new
holidays.
year.
So this has been Side.
Track.
And remember, guys, in Takeda Sensei's words, approach each problem one at a time and you'll be able to figure it out eventually. Happy New Year and thank you. Bye
Bye bye. See you
bye.
next
Bye. Happy
year.
holidays.